Hey, cheers, chasers. We made it through check-in, through security. We are waiting to board the Carnival Mardi Gras.
Woo, we can't wait. Easy check-in, smooth like butter.
Lines went fast. Well worth the check-in for faster the fun. If you have the option to do it, definitely do so. And we're going to walk you on the ship in a few minutes and check it out. Oh, this one, it's a boat. It's a boat. You're not getting in this one. This one is good. Sorry, lady. All right, guys. So we are right now approaching the gangway of the Carnival Mardi Gras. This is kind of the exciting part. Obviously, woohoo! We're all pumped up, ready to rock and roll, ready to have a good time. And getting on the ship is super fast. Fast for the fun is well worth it for sure.
Yeah, you load with everybody, like with the diamond and the preferred and the suite guests, so you kind of beat the crowd and be some of the first people on the ship.
Yeah, you really feel like you're skipping the line, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like
And
VIP.
also, and also you get to drop your luggage off, which Dave's going to explain in a minute, and that is so well worth it.
Oh yeah, yep. You get to drop it off. They take it from you faster the fun, which means it gets to your room earlier. And anything that you have on your person, whether it be a backpack, carry-on item, whatever, being faster the fun, you're actually able to go to your rooms and drop that off early. The regular guests that don't pay for that, they just don't get that option.
As you can see, we're going through the bistro. It was so beautiful. Emerald's was amazing.
Yeah, that fortune teller bar you saw just a minute ago, they serve some pretty wicked drinks. That's pretty cool. You have to check that out. We got a little video of it in here in a little bit. You'll see it.
I was just going to say that we have a couple videos of that. That was awesome.
This was a very, very, very pretty staircase in slow motion. Thank you. Hey, it's a handsome fella. I don't know who that was.
So here's our dining room where we had dining. We had early dining every night, which was so awesome. If you go early, you can talk to the maitre d'. If you don't want to sit with a jumbo crowd, like a big table of 8 or 12, you can request just to eat by yourself. And we did that. And so we got a private table, right? Actually, almost.
Wait for it. Wait.
Like right there, that second table right there. So we got to be like right in the middle of the action. We got to see them dance and move. And we had some great waiters. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we sure did. We tend to try to stay in contact with All right, guys, since we're faster to the fun, we're actually able to drop our luggage and bags off in the room prior to their being ready by 1:30. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find our room, we're gonna drop our luggage off, and we're gonna take in a little tour of the boat and kind of go from there.
Here comes the Lido.
Yeah, once we dropped our stuff off, obviously the first place you gotta go is the Lido. I mean, that's where it's at.
Oh, these silly buttons. Everywhere you go on this ship, there's a button to open all the doors, like this little bitty button. And some you wave in front of it, and some you actually got to push. Kind of annoying.
Yeah, it didn't work as it should have 100% of the time. A lot of people are sitting there just waiting, pressing, nothing would happen.
Oh my gosh. The views, we were just still in Orlando, and it was just so stunning. Well, not Orlando. Cape Canaveral, but you know what I mean. It was so beautiful. There's the little tugboats about to send you off. And it's a 2-story tiki bar, which is really cool. The Red Frog Pub is a 2-story tiki bar. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was the first place we grabbed a drink when we got aboard.
It was.
Started with a what did I get? Zombie?
Oh my gosh, everybody talked about it. The Zombie. It was such a strong drink. You'll have to check it out if you ever go. Even when he ordered it, they said, "Are you sure you want a Zombie?" This is the back of the boat, and here comes like the ultimate playground, mini golf. This is where the Bolt roller coaster is, the water park, and the obstacle course that goes over the ocean, which I have some opinions on that. We did do the obstacle course, and I had some little kid step on the back of my foot in the middle of the ocean. I was like, listen, kid. You remember that?
Yeah. So there was the Bolt. We just saw a picture of that right there. We actually rode that. What was that? An extra?
It's $15 a person.
So we did it one time. Well worth it.
Totally.
However, I don't know if on these new ships that they're building, remember they said they're not going to bring back the Bolt. Now, does that mean they're going to cancel the Bolt in this? Okay, they're going to keep it.
Yep.
Just on the future builds with Carnival, they said they're actually going to get rid of the Bolt, which we had a good time on. It was fun. I think it was worth $15 a person.
The only last thing about the Bolt, try to do it the first day you're at sea, because the windier it gets, they do tend to close it down. Okay, here's my first negative about the Mardi Gras. See right here is the coffee shop. We are big fans
Java
of
Blue.
Yes. Every single time we went to that coffee shop, there was over 40 people in line.
True.
Every single time.
Yep. And here's another little issue we had on our cruise coming up with the piano bar, which is right up here on your left.
This was just a weird case.
But it was a case on the left. It was very, very nice little piano bar. However, he was sick? The piano
just wasn't on our
He just
ship.
wasn't. We didn't have a piano player on board. We didn't know that until like the third or fourth night. We said, "Oh, let's go down to the piano bar," and there was a gentleman there playing the guitar, and we were all kind of going, "What's going on?" And he said, "All right, let me address the elephant in the room," and he told us at that point. So it made it a little easier. But for us, we just didn't have a piano player.
Yeah, which was kind of a bummer. But Punchliner, we got to see some comedy, which was good.
Oh yeah.
And they did a lot of karaoke in some of these places. And every time we went to karaoke, it was actually really fun. Oh, here's the casino. We had a blast in the casino. We never really won on this trip. We always win at the casino. But this time, we kept going back and kept losing. So Carnival was happy. We were not.
However, there was a game we won at.
Yes.
And if you happen to see it, if you want to give it a shot, I'm letting you know it's possible. The claw game, where he drops the claw down to the bundled money. I put in $20. I had 20 attempts. And on attempt number 10, we picked up a stack of ones that totaled to $100. So it does pay off if you want to try it, scam maybe, but we got lucky. So
And you had quite a crowd watching you do that.
Sure did.
There's the beautiful Brass Magnolia Bar.
That's a fun bar.
Oh, and it's beautiful too. Table games. There was always lots of room in the table games. Even when it got crowded, you still could squeeze in. I think in a minute you're going to see your claw game up here because it was right at the end of this hallway. And you guys know that you can't use the casino when you're docked. You have to be on international waters. Oh, there's the claw game.
There it is. Bingo.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bingo, bango.
Which was really cool. Here's the main stage. And it's really cool because you can see all the shows from 3 floors. It's not called the main stage. What's it called? I know, brain fart. But it was really cool because no matter what floor you're on, you always had a view of the shows. It was really cool.
Yeah, and you didn't have to necessarily go to an auditorium and find a seat. If you were just passing by and you wanted to come check it out for a minute or two, that's what was really nice about it. You could totally do that and then carry about your business if you didn't want to stay.
Yeah, and there was plenty of space with it being like 3 to 4 floors. You always found a way to watch it. And they had actually... We might not be the typical cruisers. We don't love the shows, but man, every show we saw was really good.
Oh, yeah. Much better than the previous cruises we've been on, for sure.
Yeah, the entertainment, very Vegas style.
It was actually really good. We caught a little bit of it, like you said, and it was good.
Yeah, it was really good. And the entertainment staff is just top notch for sure. Like the Fun Squad. We had a cruise director that was filling in for the one that's always on the Mardi Gras, and he was really good. But I heard the main one is the best, but we still had a good time. And our Fun Squad, top notch. There's our favorite restaurant, Chibang. It was so good.
Now that's an extra. We got a free one night to go there, right?
Everybody gets it, yeah.
Okay, everybody gets it, and that was awesome because it was totally well worth it. Great food. But that is something that if you want to do it again, you had to pay for it.
And one downside of it, if you have early dining like we do or an assigned dining time, you have to wait till like after 7:30 to even put your name on it. So you have about a 45, 50-minute wait most nights. I think we're going to do a lot of Chinese, Mexican, it was really cool. And let me tell you, really good.
Yeah, that was really, really good food on that ship or that restaurant.
Yeah, that was really good. And what was the other specialty? Italian cup.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was a good Italian restaurant I went to.
I can't think of what it was called.
This here is the nightclub, / they had karaoke in here, but this was the nightclub where we came in after a show, I think. We passed by and viewed. And they had
Silent disco.
Silent disco. And man, let me tell you, if you get a chance to do it, here we go. If you get a chance to do it, it was a blast.
So pretty much they give you a pair of headphones and there's 2 radio stations, a red and a blue. And it's like being in a nightclub. They're so loud, but when you take your headphones off, only people can hear the music in their own headphones.
What you hear now is what you hear.
It was hilarious, and I mean, we left sweating. Everybody got along. That was so much fun. It was literally, I think, kind of one of my highlights.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And, you're just dancing like crazy. Oh, here's the sail away party. What a blast. So the view that you see where we are, we're on the 2nd story of the Tiki Bar, the Red Frog Tiki Pub, or Tiki Bar. We had some great seats for the sail away. They're starting to pump everybody up. We had a really good crowd on our Mardi Gras. There was no arguments, no pushing, nothing. We just had a wonderful time on our cruise. And the staff had a lot to do with it. They really just were so positive, so polite at every restaurant, everywhere we were. We had a blast.
And this is the Carnival Mardi Gras, and I believe it holds 6,500 people, not counting the crew members. And I think we were maxed out because this was spring break of 2025.
Yeah. They had lots of theme parties. They had the White Hot Night Party. They had Sail Away, of course. 80s night. What else was on the deck? 80s night. Anyway, and then inside they had like a 90s night where you can sing along. So if you follow the week that you're going on the Carnival Mardi Gras, if you follow that on Facebook, you'll get all the dates and all the scheduled parties. So you can kind of pack your outfits. Like we all had a white outfit. We all had some 90s outfits. We had 80s outfits. You can bring glow sticks and things like that to kind of follow along the fun. It was a blast. I know what you're thinking. Oh my goodness, look at all those people. But the most crowded we ever felt on the boat was the Sail Away. And other than that, it was not bad.
No, it wasn't terrible. I mean, there was definitely, they have more restaurants and more bars to accommodate the larger crowds. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it from here, it is really crowded. But you have to imagine everybody came up from the ship basically to join in on the festivities at the Lido deck for the Sail Away party. So yes, it's definitely crowded here. But other than that, it's just like a normal cruise.
Yeah, just jumbo. Elite class.
Jumbo version, that's right.
Okay, Dave, while everybody's watching the Sail Away, let's tell the truth. How do you feel about the Mardi Gras? Would you rather do another elite class, or would you rather just sail on the classic carnivals or the classic regular size ship, or do you like the big ones?
Okay, so that being said, this was our first elite ship that we sailed on, and I think I prefer probably a slightly smaller ship. And strictly my thoughts right there just go from that, everything seems to be when you're at one end of the ship, whatever you want to do is always on the opposite. And that's fine. I mean, we exercise, we walk a lot, so it's not a big deal. However, it got to be a little annoying, especially if someone wanted, maybe I want Guy's Burgers to eat, and someone else wanted Shaq's, big chicken or whatever it's called. And it was just completely at the opposite ends of the ship, and you just, all right, well, I guess we'll meet over here at some point. We'll meet at this table, and there was just so many tables and so much room in between that it just seemed extremely large. I thought maybe they could have, possibly put all the food in maybe in one area. I don't know. It's just my thought. But anyway, I think I prefer a smaller ship, slightly smaller.
I think I feel the same way too. I did like how there were so many choices, like Shaq's Chicken, Guy's Burgers, Blue Iguana. But the Guy's area was so far, and everything was so far away from each other. Like I said, I kind of agree with you on that.
Everybody's dancing, getting down, having a good time here. Just the beginning of the cruise.
Oh yeah, and that Fun Squad guys, they just made that whole vacation. They were just so positive. They were everywhere. There was always events. It was really cool. And one thing about this boat, the guest service was never really crowded. Like, it seemed like they had enough staff for as many people that were on this boat.
Yeah, they sure did. They really had that.
Other than the coffee bar. The coffee bar had 2 people working the whole time. I only got coffee one time on this cruise.
Yeah, I mean, we went down there several times to get coffee, and the line was probably 30 to 40 people deep, and it took forever, and we just didn't feel like waiting.
Guys, it was a 7-day cruise. Coffee just one time? Unacceptable.
Anyway, so here, we're going to start flipping through some restaurants and bars rather quickly, and I'll tell you why. Unfortunately, our GoPro broke during this trip, so we're going to just kind of walk through and kind of show you some restaurants and bars that we went to. Like I said, at a rather fast pace.
And some of the entertainment. So this is Stroll Strings. They were so good. They were always in the brass Magnolia. They were so good. Or in the main area. Oh, sorry. Fatso. Am I right? Fatso?
Fatso. This guy has a great...
Guys, when you're listening to his voice, it sounds like you're in New Orleans. Like the whole New Orleans vibe.
That's a great pasta joint right there.
And that's one of your extras that you can do. The sushi's extra charge. The Ooh, pizza. So good.
Yeah, we had that several times. That was good.
The Sea Grill's extra. Fahrenheit Steakhouse. That one's extra too. Oop, the famous Alchemy Bar, and it's like double the size. Here's one of the famous drinks at the Fortune Teller.
Make a wish and pop it. Beautiful. One more. You're gonna do the same, right? Everybody gonna get your wish. Right, get your wish.
I'll be getting the water everywhere. Wait, I fucked up and
Kiss it.
drank one of those.
Kiss it.
I'll drink it.
You really feel like you're in New Orleans. It's really cool. That's the nightclub.
I already did though.
Oh, there's the buffet.
Shaq's Big Chicken. Not a fan really. It wasn't
I liked
bad.
it.
It wasn't bad. This wasn't what I heard it was.
I thought it was pretty good. Pig and Anchor, that was great. Summer Landing, so cool. They have their own brewery. They have all their different beers. It is so cool. It's like being in like a cool backyard.
This is the captain's country, folks. It is the flag of
Our favorite.
Yummy. The Havana bar was pretty nice too.
It was really nice.
And that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy our videos in the future.
Hit subscribe, do all the things, and leave anything in the comments and let us know what you think.
Thank you.